Your mum and dad were thinking about your name before you were even born. How could you ever forget it? You've heard it all your life.
And what's your name when you try and say it?
I can't say it. I can't say it.
How do you try?
I'm really trying.
Really try?
I'm really trying. I can't say my name.
Wasn't she a star? Would you have reacted that way? In the last few weeks, I've been talking about how to correct things when things aren't going as planned. In this week's video, I'm talking about how to really extend things when things are going well. Keep watching and find out how. Hi there, my name's Turan Mirza. I'm a hypnotist and a clinical hypnotherapist, and every week I show you a little video clip of some street hypnosis, and then afterwards I'll break down that video clip and talk about various aspects of hypnosis and street hypnosis that's going on inside that video clip, so you can understand what's going on beyond just what you see at first glance. You've always seen this girl before, the girl you saw in the little intro clip there. This is her first video, the induction and first skit, and I'll put a little link in the info cards to that video as well, and it'll be in the end screens right at the end, so watch through to the end of this video and then click the end screens and you'll see her from the start again. So without further ado, let's watch the street hypnosis clip. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up, make sure you give it a like, and don't forget, click the subscribe button and that bell notification button next to the subscribe button so you get notified every time there's a new video coming out from myself. I really enjoy making these videos, and liking and subscribing this video and even putting a comment in the comment section below really helps me understand what it is you want to see next and helps others find this channel as well. So please do those little simple steps to help me. In the meantime, let's check out the video.
The more relaxed you feel, the deeper you go, drifting and sinking down. In a moment I'm going to count from 1 to 3, and on the count of 3 your feet will no longer be stuck. But just as quickly as your feet become unstuck, your name sticks at the back of your mind. Your name sticks at the back of your mind. It's like on the tip of your tongue, but you cannot say it. The more you try and say your name, the more your name just sticks at the back of your mind. You know what it's like when you forget something, like you're watching a TV program, you say, I know that girl's name, but I cannot say it. That name is just stuck on the tip of your tongue, in the back of your mind, you cannot say it. Nod your head, you understand. 1, 2, 3, wide awake. Wow, move your feet. Isn't that cool? And what's your name when you try and say it?
I can't say it.
How do you try?
I'm really trying.
Really try?
I'm really trying. I can't say my name.
You know the funny thing is, you can say your surname.
Yeah.
Your surname is?
Colin.
And your first name?
I can't say it.
Well, what's interesting is you can say your name when you sing it in rhyme.
Okay.
Sing the birthday song.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. I'll do happy birthday to you. Oh my god.
And it's gone.
Oh my god.
What's your name?
I still can't say my name.
You can't?
I can.
But you know what? When I click my fingers, your name is Bob.
Okay.
What's your name? Bob. How do you do, Bob? How do you spell that?
B-O-B.
B-O-B. And who named you Bob? Your mum or your dad?
Mum.
Your mum?
Yeah.
Okay. And what do people say to you when you say your name's Bob?
Hi, Bob.
Hi, you Bob. Why not?
Hi, Bob.
And notice what happens when I click my fingers, your name changes to a different name. It's E-I-E-I-O.
E-I-O.
What's your name?
E-I-O.
How do you do? And how do you spell that?
E-I-E-I.
And is E-I your first name and I-O your surname?
It's not my full name.
It's just what, like Cher or like
Cher,
Sting?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Very good. Happy
That's
days. So you enjoying having that name? E-I-E-O? Yeah.
Yeah.
And every time I get it wrong, you get a little bit irritated, don't you? So it's G.I. Joe?
No.
No?
No.
No? Billy Bobo?
No.
No?
It's E-I-O.
E-I-E-O?
Yeah.
And it gets funnier, doesn't it? It gets funnier and funnier. And you start to laugh. It gets funnier and funnier. And you start to laugh like a donkey.
No, I don't. Don't make me say that.
Funnier and funnier.
Don't make me say that.
Getting funnier and funnier.
It's so funny. It's so funny.
Look at that hand and sleep now. Way down. Deeper. Relaxed. The deeper you go, the more relaxed you feel. That's it. And you can continue to enjoy yourself. But it'll no longer be funny. Your name comes back to you totally.
Welcome back. Wasn't she a fantastic star? She really was full of energy and full of excitement, and that's the ideal person. You're not always going to get someone. Everyone's different. Everyone will react different. So don't be disappointed if you don't have someone with so much energy, but it's great to see people like that when you do get them. So what did we do there? We'd finished off with the foot stick from the previous video, and now we're moving in, and I give the suggestion right away. Just as your feet become unstuck, your name sticks to the back of your mind. So I'm linking one suggestion with the next. That's a powerful tool. You know the feet were stuck. If you watched that previous video, if you didn't, stay tuned in the end screens and click the end screen and you'll see that first video. But in that one, her feet stuck perfectly, so I knew that worked, and I was going to link that to this next suggestion. Not only did I tell her her name was going to be stuck at the back of her mind and stuck on the tip of her tongue, I also gave her a suggestion where she would remember something she had forgotten. So I'm almost giving her a suggestion to remember a time when you've forgotten. And that, again, is a very powerful way to really induce amnesia in someone. So say 1, 2, 3, wide awake, and she opens her eyes and bang, right away she's going, oh my goodness, I can't say my name. I can't say it, I really can't say it. She repeats it several times. So she's reaffirming in her own mind that she can't say it. Now, look at the subtlety there. As soon as she opened her eyes, when I said, what's your name? I sort of squinted. Look at my facial expression. I'm going, what's your name? Now, when people squint, it's always to doubt something. Really? Is that true? So I'm squinting to give that non-verbal communication to build up and extend on the verbal communication I give her when her eyes were closed. What's your name? And she repeats it back. Oh my goodness, I can't say it. I really can't say it. She's really affirmed inside her mind and communicating to everyone around that she really can't say it. It's fantastic. So I throw in that little curveball. I look at her straight and without any furrowed brow or squinted eyes. I say, but you can't say your surname. And I look at it like it's just a fact. And she goes, yes. And she says it. I says, but you can't say your first name. And she goes, no, I can't say it. What I've done in getting her to know that she can't say something, it emphasizes the amnesia for what she can't say. So that's a little subtle trick to off-balance one thing with another. And again, that's a very powerful thing inside people's minds and the way they can balance things out. They want that equilibrium. I can say my surname, but I can't say my first name. It sort of unbalances things in the right direction for what we want in this situation where we're trying to get her not to say her name. I move on to a next, what I call normal step for this skit, which is to get her to say her name, but only when she's singing in rhyme. And the perfect song for saying your name in rhyme is the birthday song. So I get her to say that. And look how she rushes through it. She's really keen to try and get to that point where she says her name. Happy birthday to me, happy birthday to me, happy birthday dear. You know, she's saying it so fast, I can't even catch what her first name is. She's saying it so fast. I don't know if you did. Rewind the video and see if you can find it. But anyway, and as soon as she finishes saying her name in rhyme, I say, and it's gone. And I say, what's your name? And she's back to not being able to say it. I mean, this is the power of your mind. This is the power of the unconscious mind to be able to switch things on and switch things off at the flick of a switch, as it were. It's very powerful. And it's an important thing to understand how the mind can be so powerful, especially when it comes to more therapeutic things in terms of anxieties, depressions, fears, worries, phobias. You can switch them off just as quickly. Anyway, getting back to the skit. She's now said her name, and I'm thinking, let's move things to a different level. As I say, this skit is going perfectly. It's going well. She's responding nicely. So let's extend it out. As in previous weeks when things weren't going as planned, I just said, keep calm and carry on, move and do something different. This time I want to continue along the idea of names and name amnesia. So I now tell her name is Bob. And again, she responds beautifully to that suggestion. I says, what's your name? Bob. And she's laughing because somewhere in her mind, it doesn't make sense. But at another level, her name is Bob. And she accepts that. Even when I say, who named you? Bob, your mum or your dad? She says, oh, it's my mum. It's obvious. And what was beautiful was at the point where I said, well, what do people say when you tell them your name is Bob? Now, at some level you would say, well, they tell me it's strange because it's a boy's name and I'm a girl. But in her mind, she's played out that scenario already to the point where when I say, what do people say when your name's Bob? They go, hi Bob. No problem, no issue. Beautiful. It really has sunk in at the most complete level that you can accept that suggestion at. Beautiful. Again, that's so much fun, and you can see people around looking at us and drawing attention to the hypnosis that we're doing, that I want to extend it even further. Say, now your name is E-I-E-I-O. And I say, well, how do you spell that? Is it E-I is your first name and I-O is your second name, or is it, and she says, oh, it's just a single name, like Cher. She has this all answered in her own mind without even thinking about it. Look how she doesn't flinch, in her responses are so natural, like it's a matter of fact, as it is inside her mind, as she's accepted that suggestion at an unconscious level. This is the power of hypnosis. With her name as E-I-E-I-O, I want to extend this even further. So I lean over and I say, if someone gets it wrong, it starts to agitate you. It becomes uncomfortable with you that they're not getting your name correct. Now, with a name like Turan Mirza, I know what that's like. It can be sometimes irritating, but you get used to it. I've never hit anyone for getting my name wrong, but you get, that's not how you pronounce my name. So I lean over and give her that suggestion. Once again, she accepts that suggestion as well. I've extended this skit even further. Now, she, like I said with my name, I don't get angry, I don't get violent about it, but she got sort of a different change in stance. And you could see that in her facial expression, that she was unhappy that I was calling her G.I. Joe instead of E-I-O. And once again, accepting every suggestion I give to her. But this is the important point to notice. I move on to say, now it's getting funnier, because she did have a bit of a giggle within that, you're getting this wrong. And I say it's getting funnier, and it's getting funnier, and it's getting funnier. But then I say, now you're going to laugh like a donkey, when she starts to laugh. But she says, oh, don't make me do that. And at that point, she takes control. She doesn't laugh like a donkey. She still laughs, she still finds it funny, even at the point where, right at the end, when I drop her back into hypnosis, she's still, laughing at the thought of it and giggling in that eyes closed state. But she was in control of just how far she took things. And again, I always hark back to this. It's a bit of a broken record for me on this channel, but you are in control when you're in hypnosis. If someone gives you a suggestion you don't want to do, you won't do it. You will always maintain your own boundaries. People think that if they're good Christian and I hypnotize them, they'll start to worship the devil if I say so. You will always maintain your own morals, your own beliefs, your own ideas. You will never cross that line. And that's an important point I always want to get across to people. Because it's that thought that they're at my beck and call, they're at my control 100%, that stops people from experimenting and using hypnosis for good, to overcome depressions, to overcome anxieties. And I don't want that to be a stumbling block in people's way. So hopefully you're hearing that message and you'll give it a try if you've been holding back on doing it. One final street hypnosis bonus tip here. If you get someone that's really energetic like this here, as I'm doing here, extend the skits out, make the skits longer. Generally, each skit, when you look through this channel, look through anybody's videos of people doing street hypnosis, they're usually fast-paced. These skits will maybe be 30 seconds, 45 seconds, a minute max. Time flies by when you're doing these fun stuff, and you want to mix things up a bit and move on to other people, so you keep them short and sweet. But with someone like this here, I extended the skit out because I really want to draw attention to myself for the crowds around. When she's making a lot of vibrant noise and excitement and laughter, other people look. As you can see in this clip here, where girls way over in the background are looking over to see what's going on, or these gentlemen here are sort of turning themselves around and glancing over to say, oh, this looks like fun. These become your next subjects, because these people are going to walk up and say, here, can you hypnotize me next? It's a great way, it's a great advert to draw more crowds and to get a steady flow of people coming to you for street hypnosis. So you no longer really need to walk around saying, hey, would you like to be hypnotized? Hey, what about you? Would you like to be hypnotized? That can take up a bit of your time, but once you get going, if you get someone good and vibrant and excited like this lovely girl here, then other people will be attracted to you and ask you, can I be hypnotized next? So always make the most of these sort of subjects. So I hope you liked that video. Make sure you give the video a thumbs up, make sure you give it a like, and don't forget, click the subscribe button and that bell notification button next to the subscribe button so you get notified when new videos are coming up from my channel. And if you have any comments, if there's anything you saw in this video that you think I maybe didn't highlight in as much detail or maybe didn't make sense to you, please do leave it in the comment section below. I love reading your comments and I do answer your comments. And from time to time I'll give you a little name shout out and answer your questions on a new video. So please do keep that in mind. I mentioned earlier that this is the second video from this girl, so I'm going to put up in the end screens here, it's coming up now, this video, which is her first video, her induction into hypnosis. So click it and watch it next.